Hello there, fourth graders. Welcome to lesson 6.9. I know this one looks a little different than all of the rest of them, but I have lots of things today that I need to show you. So we're going to be talking about angles and degrees. Now, remember when we spin all the way around, right? So imagine like an basketball player jumps up and spins all the way around and then does a slam dunk, or a skateboarder does a whole turn, a full turn with their skateboard. What did we call that? They're doing a 360, right? 360 degrees. We measure turns in degrees. Okay, this is a unit of measurement. You've got inches for length and milliliters for capacity. When we're measuring turns, we are using degrees. And there are if we have a whole circle, there are 360 degrees in that circle. Now, you can see here, we've been talking about these, right? These aren't new here, different types of angles. This guy is open just like a square corner. I'm sure you remember that it's called a right angle. Do you remember how many degrees it is open? It is open 90 degrees. And so when we say open, we're meaning from here to here, right? And that's why the angles are usually marked. So from here to here is 90 degrees, a right angle. If we have something that's less than a right angle, we know that that's going to be less than 90 degrees. This angle, you know it, what's it called? It is an acute angle, and it's going to have a measurement more than 0, right? 0 would just be closed, but less than 90. So acute angles, you know, this is about 20 degrees. That's about 80 degrees. That's about 45 degrees. Those are all measurements for acute angles. More than 0 degrees, but less than 90 degrees. It's pool chair time, right? It's like a pool chair. You've been to the pool before. I'm sure you've seen a pool on TV. They have chairs that kind of have a straight part and then they lay like that, right? You wouldn't want a pool chair like that. You'd be all bent over. Pool chair, this angle is called obtuse. Obtuse. And do you remember what measurements the obtuse angle is going to be? Think about it. Here's 90 degrees, and obtuse is more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. So between 90 and 180 degrees. That's how much of a turn it is, right? So acute, right? Obtuse, 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 until we get my favorite name in math, right? Straight. This is a straight angle. That's nice of them to name it that way. And it is 180 degrees. Now, what we then did was go into estimating how much of a turn these are. So take a look here. What about that angle? So I'm gonna think, well, I know it's less than 90, and it's kind of in the middle, right? It's kind of like right about there. I don't think it's exactly in the middle. I'm going to estimate that that's about 40 degrees. What's your estimate here for this obtuse angle? How many degrees do you think it is? All right, so we can go with that. Did you say 160? That's my estimate. I know it's going to be more than 90, but less than 180. All right, and so what we're now going to talk about is how do we measure these exactly? Okay, because we have a tool that we can use to measure angles exactly, to find the exact number. Okay, let's go to that next. Welcome to my dining table. All right, here's what you're going to need to do this today. You're going to need a piece of paper, and you're going to need a pencil. Then you're going to need something. I'm going to use a marker, but you could write on it with your pencil. You'll need a pair of scissors, and then the cup that you have in your house with as small of a bottom here as you can get, right? I guess not teeny tiny, but this one Don't forget coffee cups. Some of them usually have kind of small things here. So you're going to take the cup and you're going to put it down with the bottom down, and then you're going to trace around it to make a circle. There we go. And then you are going to cut that out. You could go bigger than mine if you have a bigger cup. Wouldn't go too big because it's not going to fit on our math journal page. But I'll show you in just a minute. I wish I had some cutting music here for our video. So once you cut this, right, the circle is 360 degrees, right? From here, from this point in the circle all the way around is 360. So take a moment and go get yourself a circle like mine. Next step, you're going to fold your circle like this. Okay, now we're going to record some measurements here, and my camera's a little far away. But if we take this point here at the middle, and if we come up here to the top of the circle, this is going to be our 0 degrees. So you're gonna write on that 0 degrees. And then a half turn, not 360, how much was a half turn? 180. So I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. 180 degrees. Okay, see what that looks like so far? All right, now let's break that in half. Now don't tear it. We're gonna fold it again. See that right angle there? I think you know where we're going with this. Here we would have 90 degrees. And can you do the math? Here's 0, 90, 180. What goes here? 270 degrees. Okay? And then we're going to do that one more time. So we're going to fold it into a little piece of pizza here and unfold it. Now we have to use some of our dividing skills here, right? I bet we can do this with mental math. So now this line right here is halfway between 0 and 90. What's half of 90? If you took 90 divided by 2, 90 and split it in half, what would you get? 45. And then we're going to keep going up by 45. So the next one would be 90. Then we're going to have 135. 180, then 45 more is 225. 270. And then 45 more would be 315. And then now we're back to 360. So I'm going to put 360 under that 0. All right, let me hold this close so that you can finish making your, this is going to be an angle measurer. All right, so we're going to use our tool to complete our math journal page. And what we have here, right, our angle measure, another term that's used to describe that is the term protractor. Okay, now this is not we have a full circle protractor like this, and there's also a half circle one, which is the more common one. But this is going to show us how many degrees we are turning. This is Math Journal page 213. So go ahead and open to that page. And here's our directions. Identify each angle as acute, right, straight, or obtuse. Use your angle measurer to measure the angles on this page. Record your measurements in the table, then circle the right angle below. All right, so several things to do there. So this one says angle A. So I look down here and I can see angle A. The first thing I want to do is to figure out what kind of angle this is. I know this one. It's acute. right? It's almost, well, it's not really actually almost a right angle. It's less than a right angle. So I'm going to write acute right here. I'm going to use a marker so you can see it better. So knowing an acute angle, guys, right? You know that that is more than 0 degrees, but less than 90. So our answer here is going to be more than 0, but less than 90. Here's how we do this. Take that pencil you were using before. You're going to poke a hole. Do it real carefully so you don't tear the whole thing. You're going to poke a hole. And now this can spin. See how it spins? All right. You're going to take this pencil, stick it through the hole, and then put the pencil right here on the vertex of the angle. See this? I'm going to put the pencil tip right there on point A. All right, so now I'm going to take this angle measure and I'm going to spin it until the 0 is on the first ray. See that 0 right there? Okay, right there. See how the 0 is right on that ray? And now I'm going to get my answer. I need to look at the other ray. This one right here, see how it goes with 45? That's going to be our answer. And that's an answer that makes sense because 45 degrees is an acute angle. This angle looks like 45 degrees also. And so we're going to put 45 here. So what we're doing today is kind of looking to see what category the angle is, thinking about that, and then using our angle measure, our protractor, to measure that angle. All right, angle B, let's do this one together. Here it is right here. What kind of angle is angle B? It's a right angle, right? All right. Now, I know how much this angle should be. How much should this angle be? Should be 90 degrees, right? But let's use our angle measure to practice because this is a skill that we are learning today. Here it is, angle B. So pencil going through the tip. Oh, I think my video got cut off. Anyways, where I was right here, I was putting my pencil through the tip and then on to point B. And then I have 2 rays sticking out, right? I'm going to, now let's say I picked this one. See how this says 0, and then I look at the other one and it says 270. Does that sound right? No, right? Because I know I have a right angle here. So I'm gonna move the 0 over to the other one. Usually you pick the one on the left. That's what I try to do. And then look at the other arrow. See where it's sticking out, that other ray? Is it pointed right to 90? It sure is. So I'm going to put 90 degrees right here. All right, 4th graders, you get to do the rest of them. Here's angle C, D, E, and F, and you'll be filling out. Don't forget to think about the angle type first. That's important because that's going to help you know what your measurement should be around, right? We did all that work with estimating angles to kind of get ready to use this angle measure, also called a protractor. All right, your job is to finish this page. Good luck.